In the diagram, MNPQ is a cycle center O. So this is a cycle and the center of the cycle is O. And the line MN, it is length is equals to the line NP. This is line MN, this is line NP. So the two lines are equal as indicated by these two marks on each. And the size of angle OMN, this very angle is 50 degrees, is also marked in the drawing. So the question asks is to find the size of angle MNP. MNP, this very angle, we need to find it. And Roman 2, we have to find the size of the angle POQ. POQ, this very angle, we need to find it as well. So let me attempt to answer that question. The solution to that problem, so I will look at the first angle we asked to find, that is angle MNP, this very angle. Can I get it straight away? If I cannot, then I have to have some other angles that will enable me, or that will lead me getting this angle. So looking at what is given, 50 degrees, I cannot use it to find this straight away, so I have to get some other angles using this, find some other angles that will lead me to get to this. So let me start. Let me with finding angle NPQ. NPQ, this very angle, the whole of this, if I check, I can see that this is a cyclic quadrilateral. This is a cyclic quadrilateral. It's a cyclic quadrilateral because all the vertices, all the four vertices are on the circumference of the cycle. And the theorem says opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. This angle 50 degrees is opposite to this angle, is opposite to this opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral. So I can add the two to get 180. So simply to get to this, I'll subtract 50 from 180. It will leave me with the remaining angle. So 180 minus 50, the one opposite to it, it will leave me with this angle NPQ. So subtracting 50 from 180 give answer 30 degrees. So this angle will now be 130 degrees. I'll continue. Still I cannot get this. Now I have to get some other angles. So let me see what I can find next. Next is angle MPQ. 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 This very angle. This very angle. The line MQ is a diameter, and it is that diameter that subtended this angle MPQ at the remaining circumference. An angle subtended by a diameter at the remaining circumference, that is in the semicircle, is 90 degrees. So that angle MPQ is going to be 90 degrees, and reason is angle in a semicircle. So I have 90 degrees as this angle. So let me move. We are targeting to get this in Roman 1 still. Up to now we didn't get it. So I continue. So if I can find the NPM, let me see, NPM, this very remaining angle. This very remaining angle, I have the whole of this as 130 degrees, and I have from here to here is 90. So subtracting 90 from 130 will leave me with NPM, this very angle, meaning this base angle of the isosceles. So this, I will now have 130, the whole of this, minus from here down here, that is 90. So subtracting 90 from 130 give answer 40 degrees. So this angle is now 40. NPM is 40. And remember, this is an isosceles triangle because of these two sides that are equal. And these are the base angles. So if this is 40, this also is going to be 40. So I can find this using sum of angle in a triangle. This is 40, this is 40, so I can find this. So my MNP, the angle asked to find in Roman 1, MNP is now going to be 180 minus this, which is 40, minus this, which is also 40. So subtracting 240s from 180 will leave me with the third angle, the one asked to find MNP. So subtracting 40 and 40 from 180, the result is going to be 100 degrees. So this angle MNP is now 100 degrees. So Roman 1 has now been answered. Now move to the next question, which is Roman 2, the size of angle POQ. POQ, that is angle at the center of the cycle. So looking at line OQ and line OP, both of them are radii. It's radius, OQ is radius, OP is also radius. So this triangle is also isosceles triangle. This is also isosceles triangle. So let me get PQO, 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 this very angle, look at it, PQO. So looking at this again, is like I've said, it's a cyclic quadrilateral. It's a cyclic quadrilateral because all the vertices are on the circumference, and this angle 100 is opposite to this angle at Q. So I can find this angle at Q by simply adding the two to get to 180. So if I want to find the other one, I'll simply subtract this from 180 to leave me with this. So I now have POQ to be equals to 180 minus 100. That is minus this 100 because they are opposite to angle at Q. And that will leave me with angle 80 degrees. So this is 80. If this is 80, because this is also a cyclic, is also an isosceles triangle, I beg your pardon, it's also an isosceles triangle because this is radius, this is also radius, radii are equal. So if this is 80, this also is going to be what, 80 degrees. So I can now find the angle POQ, POQ. This is 80, this is going to be 80. So I can find the third angle using sum of angle in a triangle. If this is 80, this is 80, I can always get to this. So subtracting 2 80s from 180. So 180 minus 80 minus 80. I am subtracting this 80 and this 80 from 180 sum of angle in a triangle. So I have remaining to be 20 degrees, and that is going to be angle POQ, this very angle. So I have answered all the two questions. So let us see the mark distribution of this question according to the official Waec marking scheme. The first mark is the bonus 1 mark for getting angle 130 degrees. That is angle NPQ. You have the bonus 1 mark. Then the next mark is for getting angle 90 degrees. Is also bonus 1 mark. That is that 90 degrees we obtain angle MPQ. Then the next mark is another bonus mark for getting 40. That is subtracting 130 minus 90. You have 40. So the next mark is for getting angle MNP, the one asked to find in Roman 1. So where we use sum of angle in a triangle by subtracting 2 40s using this sum of angle in isosceles triangle. So doing that subtraction, you have one method mark. And for getting final answer accurately as 100 degrees, you have the A1 mark, the accuracy mark. If we continue, the next accuracy mark is the getting 80 degrees exactly as that angle PQO, this very angle. And for subtracting the two angles 80, 80 in attempt to get angle POQ, you have the method mark. And for the final answer, that is the size of angle POQ, if you have 20 degrees exactly, you have that A1 mark, the accuracy mark. So in total, the questions, 8 marks were allocated to that question in the official Waec marking scheme.